like to ask everyone who would like to please stand. Pray the Lord's Prayer together and remain standing for the pledge.
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Thank you. Remain standing for the pledge. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is approval of our agenda. Dr. Hooker, are there any changes?
No, sir, there are no changes to the agenda.
I have a motion to accept the agenda as presented. I have a second.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Agenda is approved unanimously. Next, we have the minutes from, we had two meetings in November. The minutes are in front of you. I have a motion to accept these minutes for both meetings as presented. I have a second.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next, we have a board comment section. And first, I'd like to thank you for coming. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving and are looking forward to a very Merry Christmas. Really appreciate you being here tonight. And our meetings are the second Thursday on almost every month, and you're always welcome here. So make this your second Thursday home, if you would. Under the board comments section, you'll see that our school board was recognized. We had a conference in Atlanta, a school board conference in Atlanta. And we were recognized with some other school boards, I have to admit. We weren't alone, but we were recognized as being a quality board of the Georgia School Boards Association. And to get that recognition, you have to obtain several things. One of those is all board members have to have all their training done and certified. And another is we have to have a balanced budget. And there are several others. But we met all those qualifications, and so we were happy to be recognized as a quality board. Other recognition, you'll see in front of us, the star is called the Leading Edge Award. And this is the second year in a row that we have been recognized as a winner of a Leading Edge Award. And last time it was because of our 5-year strategic plan that the community helped us put together. This time it was based on a book study that was led on inequities and so and how to resolve those. So we're very pleased to be recognized for that award and honored by the Georgia School Boards Association. And then another recognition we had was this gentleman to my right, on the left, Mr. Randy Carruthers, was recognized, and I think he was the board member there that had the longest tenure of any board member present in a room full of people, probably 300 or 400 people in the room. And Randy has served Social Circle with a servant's heart for 23 years. And let's give Randy a round of applause. And it was mentioned in the last Walton Tribune, all this was, and Randy's big picture was in there, so it was a good picture, by the way, Randy. We were very happy and pleased for all that recognition. And it wouldn't be possible without the whole community, without everybody sitting on this front of you, and especially with Dr. Hooker's leadership. But that's the key element. So, thank you, Dr. Hooker. All right, and next we have Robbie's Hope. And, Laurel Hubbard and Jocelyn Colton will have this part of the presentation. And while they're coming to the podium, there is a break section later on the agenda. We ask that you stay while everyone's recognized out of respect for those being recognized until the break section. And then you're welcome to leave. We hope you stay past that. It's the business part of the meeting. You might want to, you might not. But at least stay to the break section if you would, because we'll have a 3-minute break at that time, later in the agenda.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Ms. Holton, or Jocelyn Holton. I'm the district school social worker here, and I have the pleasure of introducing our lovely Laurel Hubbard. She is an 11th grader here at Social Circle High School. She's a member of the Youth Advocacy Board Walton, and she's in our Chick-fil-A leadership group here at the high school. And in September, Laurel came to me saying, Ms. Holton, can we do a suicide prevention program? And I said, absolutely. So she's here to talk about Robbie's Hope, a suicide prevention program that she discovered on her own. So, take it away, Laurel.
So, nice to meet you. I'm Laurel. I joined Robbie's Hope in October 9th of this year, so it's been a few months. The program consists of middle school, high school, and college students, ages 14 through 25. We get involved in legislation, meaning we get involved in leadership in some way, to pass 3 bills for each state, depending on what is going on, that we have to research and get in contact with local legislators and senators in order to get 3 bills passed. Those 3 bills passed are to have mental health excused in schools, for educators to get mental health training, and for mental health to be a part of physical health curriculum. In the program, we have an annual Hope Gala through Zoom and through some place in Colorado, since it was originally formed in Colorado due to Robbie Eckert that died in October 11th, 2018, unexpectedly, since his parents, Tori and Jason Eckert, didn't expect him to die by suicide since he showed no signs of it. They wanted to give teens a voice 2 weeks after Robbie died, since they didn't know what was up, so they wanted to listen to other teens on why suicide happens and stuff like that through research. Education, research, through listening to other teens' perspectives that they know. It first started out small in Colorado, and then they decided to do it nationwide. The mission is to end the stigma in regards to mental health, to cut the teen suicide rate in half by 2028, which is 10 years after Robbie's death. We also do donations. Those donations that you see right over there with the pamphlets, the bracelets, the donations go through there. We have an annual virtual 5K, walk, run, swim, etc. that students can get involved in some way in the community. This is good because it goes to a good cause for suicide, mental health, etc. You get a free t-shirt, since for adults it's a fee, $20 fee, but for those under 20, it's free. We do post on social media, but it's strict for ambassadors, because if it's not correct information posted, you have to take it off immediately. Since the ambassador program, they will see that. We also have an annual Hope Gallery that takes place in every spring. These ambassadors, we do a contest with poetry, music, writing, etc. Since it's a way, we have different themes, but it's a way to express ourselves in regards to that topic. And if you know anyone that's interested, it's a really good program. You connect with many people, you get involved in leadership, many research opportunities as well, volunteering, etc. Oh, so in the back there are brochures, bracelets, and stickers, and the bracelets, like the one I'm wearing now, it gives the website where you can find all of this information, like ambassadors, Hope Run, Hope Gallery, where you can donate, and in the here it gives the suicide prevention hotline, and it says it's okay to not be okay, because that's the main thing of Robbie's book.
Thank you, Ms. Holton and Laurel. It's such a worthy cause. Thank you for making us aware of that. I had no idea that existed. Thank you for that. Next on our agenda, we have a REACH program ceremony, and I would like to ask Dr. Watkins and Ms. Lumpkin to take that presentation.
Good evening. I am Dr. Juana Shea Watkins, and I am the Director of Student Services. We are proud and excited this evening to announce our partnership with the Realizing Educational Achievement Can Happen, better known as the REACH Georgia Scholarship Program. REACH Georgia is a need-based mentorship and scholarship program that pairs students with mentors, academic coaches, and additional resources to prepare them for college and careers. REACH scholars who complete the program and graduate from high school earn a $10,000 scholarship to be paid over 4 years to any Georgia college or technical school of their choice. The REACH program regulations provide specific requirements for our students. In order to be eligible, the student must be a U.S. citizen or an eligible non-citizen for 12 consecutive months prior to the first day of class of the spring term of their 7th grade school year. They must be enrolled as a middle school student in a REACH school system, demonstrate a financial need, meet specific disciplinary requirements, not be guilty of committing a crime or any drug convictions, not be deemed truant, have their parents and guardians complete and submit the required documents for participation, and demonstrate academic promise. The REACH program also provides guidance in selecting our scholars. Preference is given to future first-generation college students, students who have less than a 3.0 GPA, but have the potential of making A's and B's. Students who have no disciplinary infractions during the first 2 semesters immediately preceding the spring term of their 7th grade year, and students who have the potential to succeed at the post-secondary level. All scholars are selected as middle school students. Scholars are selected by the following process. Students must meet the requirements under the federal income eligibility guidelines. Nominations can be made by the counselor, principal, superintendent, or anyone else within the school system who is able to identify students most in need of a REACH scholarship. Scholars are required to fill out a student application, which includes an academic and community recommendation. The student packages are reviewed and from that determination is made as to which student will be eligible for consideration. The selection committee interviews the eligible students, and then our district, we're very fortunate, we're eligible to select a maximum of 5 students. Today, REACH serves 154 school systems across Georgia and nearly 2,400 scholars, which is about $24 million in scholarships. $24 million in scholarships. REACH's goal is to have all 180 school systems become REACH participating school systems and to serve over 3,000 scholars. The program rewards students for self-accountability, promotes parent involvement, and provides motivation and support, which we all know are critical to academic success. Now, this is the great part. The REACH Foundation fully funded the 5 students that we're going to introduce this evening. They fully funded those 5 students. However, we need the support of our community partners to donate a proportion of each newly selected scholar. We seek to raise $2,000 per REACH scholar annually with a maximum program intake of 5 scholars. So for every $2,000 donated, there's an $8,000 contribution made by the REACH Foundation, which makes up that $10,000 for our student scholarships. We would also like to invite you to become a mentor and/or join us as a Social Circle City Schools REACH Georgia donor. 100% of your donation will be used for the scholarships and will make a difference in the lives of our students, their families, and future generations. We would like to say a special thank you to Peach State Federal Credit Union for their generous donation, and they have made a 3-year commitment moving forward to support our REACH Scholarship Program. At this time, we are excited to introduce to you the Social Circle City Schools REACH Class of 2025. Scholars, as your name is called, we ask that you please come to the front and remain standing until we've completed the induction.
Good evening. My name is Tammy Lumpkin, and I'm the middle school counselor, and I have the honor tonight to introduce the REACH Scholars. In her absence, Deanna Shapanche is a mature young lady who pushes herself to always do her best and present her best efforts in all that she is challenged to do. Yandel Lopez. Yandel works diligently every day and helps his classmates when he sees them struggling. He is always a gentleman and always has a smile on his face. In his absence, Jude Nelson is a very driven student who pushes himself to do his best and always strives to demonstrate skill, determination, and talent in multiple areas of academics and athletics. Kaylee Smith. Kaylee is a natural leader and is one of the most helpful students in her grade. She is a motivated student who always wants to put forth her best self in the presence of her peers, teachers, and her family. Michaela Wright. Michaela is a highly intelligent young lady who is a motivated achiever. She is one of the brightest and has the best work ethic among her peers. Parents, please join our REACH Scholars as Dr. Hooker comes forward for the induction. Parents. Stand next to your child, please.
Good afternoon. At this time, we will induct the REACH class of 2025. REACH Scholars, I would like to walk you through the obligations and responsibilities. The contract that you have signed requires that you keep an overall 2.5 C grade point average, have good attendance, have good behavior, and remain drug-free and crime-free. Meet with your assigned mentor twice a month. Meet with your assigned academic coach at least once each month. Attend REACH events, meetings, and programs. Engage in activities to prepare for college. Graduate from high school with a diploma. Enroll in and graduate from Georgia Hope eligible post-secondary institution. REACH scholars, please signify I will as I administer the following charges. Scholars, you will commit to keeping good grades, attendance, and behavior, meeting with your mentor, academic coach, graduating from high school and college. Please say, I will. REACH parents, please signify I will as I administer the following charges. Parents and guardians, you will commit to supporting your students as they progress through the program. Will you commit to attending REACH events, meetings, and programs, and contacting your school's academic coach or counselor if there is any issues you believe should be addressed? Please say, I will. Community members, it is incumbent upon us individually as well as a community to affirm our willingness to support the REACH scholars in their journey to adulthood. We must all commit to supporting these REACH scholars with our time, talents, treasures as they progress through the REACH program and to college careers. Congratulations, REACH scholars, parents, and guardians. Please, if you would stand, we would like to take a picture with the scholars first and then with the parents separate. So board members will come to the front and take a picture with the scholars.
Ready? All right.
Now let's ask the parents to come forward and take a picture with us as well.
I need one with just the 3 columns.
Congratulations, students. You said I will, so keep up the good work, so we're going to hold you to that. Okay, next on our agenda, we have public participation. And this is something that, from this point forward, has to be on every school board agenda, whether there's someone here to speak or not. There's nobody here to speak tonight, so we'll go to the next point. The agenda. And it's special recognition, and I'll turn this section over to Dr. Hooker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At this time, I'll ask Coach Patton to come forth and recognize our scholar athletes.
Thank you guys for being here tonight. I want to thank the Board of Education for all the support they've given our football program and our student athletes. and also the administration, all of our local schools have done such a good job of preparing our kids and supporting us as well. You know, with a football program, it takes a lot more than just kids and coaches. It takes a whole community and all the support to feed these kids, work them out, provide them with all the resources they need academically and athletically. And the entire social circle community has done a phenomenal job the past few years of providing that to our program. So tonight I want to recognize a few individual players, but really these guys wouldn't be here without all of their teammates and their coaches and what they pour into each other daily, and what they've achieved the last few years has been astounding, really. So start off with our middle school. Our middle school finished the year 2 years ago with 18 players on the roster. Just this year we finished with over 60. So our middle school has tripled in size with participation over the last 2 years. And it showed this past year because our rising ninth graders were ready to jump in and support our varsity team and be a part of the program. And then at the JV level, we finished 5-2 this year, and I don't think Social Circle had played JV for a number of years, so to come out with those young guys, our 9th, 10th graders, and some juniors to have that kind of success over some really good programs too, was great. And then our varsity had a first winning season in 15 years. They went 6-5 and advanced to the playoffs, and a lot of it was, you know, we're going to recognize some of these kids, but the entire team, coaches, did a great job, and the future's bright at Social Circle. You know, so high school football is going to go through this town in the near future, and it's because of these guys and what they're doing. So this time I want to call these guys up. We're going to recognize if y'all come up here and stand, guys. So each one of these young men were recognized as the 8A all-region players. So how that works is all the coaches in our region, which is one of the top football regions in the state, all get together and vote based off their stats, their performance, their effort, and things of that nature. And these guys were all recognized by the coaching staffs across our region for being the best of the best. So starting out, we've got first team offense up. So I'm going to start out with Logan Cross. Step on up, buddy. So Logan was nominated not only as first team quarterback for our region, but he was also the offensive player of the year for the entire region. So he led Walton County, he led our region, and the state in our classification in passing yards. He's done a great job, and we're going to get him for next year on Fridays, and you'll be seeing him play on Saturdays after that. But Logan did a great job. Next up, we got KJ Reed. Step on up, buddy. So KJ made first team wide receiver. He also could have made first team DB if we didn't vote for offense first, because he had 7 interceptions. He was second in the state in interceptions, so the entire state. He led our region by a couple hundred yards in receiving yards. He had over 650 yards. And KJ has also received a few scholarship offers to play at the next level just in the past few weeks. He's done a great job. Thank you, KJ. Next up, we got AJ Vinson. Big AJ came out this year for football, and we couldn't be more thankful for it. He was first team offensive line as the left tackle for us. Kept Logan over there upright and clean. Did a great job all year. He was consistently one of our highest graded offensive linemen, and he was voted on by the coaches as one of the top offensive linemen in the region. Good job, AJ. Next up, we got Rowan Vandergriff. Rowan was also, he was nominated as an honorable mention as the offensive lineman, and he also did a great job for us on defensive line. Rowan basically never came off the field for us, getting after on both sides of the football, and did a phenomenal job. And he has had multiple colleges reach out over a few weeks, and I think he's had 3 scholarship offers just recently, so he will be playing on Saturdays next year, and we're going to miss him. Good job, Rowan. Next up, we got Amarion Russell. Amarion, I hated it, missed half the year with an injury, had a foot injury early on in the season, so we only played the last 5 games, but in those 5 games, he was electric. He had over 10 touchdowns and led our team in rushing. He was the leading receiver as a running back in our region, and he was also nominated as an honorable mention running back, and he's got some opportunities coming his way, and he'll be playing on Saturdays as well. Next up, defensively, we got Tucker Cleary. Step up, bud. So Tucker, this is his 2nd year getting recognized up here. He was first team inside linebacker for our region. He led the region in tackles. He had 119 tackles, all right, so did hard to count when you get that high, but Tucker did a great job. He's led our defense the last 2 years, and he also has got a few scholarship opportunities coming his way, and he'll be playing on Saturdays this fall as well. Really proud of Tucker. Next up, Jackson Etheridge. Step up. Jackson was our nose guard. He was elected as first team on the defensive line, You know, his stats-wise doesn't stand out as much as some of the others being a nose guard, but he did a great job of keeping Tucker protected back there, drawing double teams all year and never getting pushed back. So he's getting double teamed by a couple 300-pound kids, and he's holding his own, fighting, making plays, creating turnovers, doing a great job for us. Thank you, Jax. And then we got Philip Baines, step up, Petey. So Philip had about 80 tackles this year. He led our secondary in tackles, forced a number of turnovers in key games, and Philip was nominated as a first-team safety for the region. Did a great job. He's getting a lot of looks as well. Luckily, he's coming back next year as a senior, but he's going to be another one you're going to see play on Saturdays in the fall. Great job, Philip. Is that everybody? The other one I want to recognize, Mason Moore. He couldn't make it tonight. He was working, but Mason was nominated as a first-team All-Region as a wide receiver. He was another one like KJ. He could have made it on defense as well. He's another one that doesn't come off the field. He was a few yards shy of KJ, but had a great job, led our team in touchdown receptions. And all these guys, I want you to know how much I love you. I'm proud of you. You guys are doing a great thing. You're setting an example for the football team, for the younger kids, and our entire community. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach. And at this time, our board members will stand and take a picture with the players.
Stand behind them, in front of them.
Yeah, they need to stand up. Sure. Somebody needs to be in the front.
Where did Rico go?
At this time, we'll do our student recognition, starting with our primary school, Ms. Favors.
Good evening, everyone. Before I recognize our star student, I would like to share some great things that are going on at the primary school. Our students enjoyed shopping at the PTO's ornament shop last week. We're continuing our MAP testing, and we can't wait to see the growth that our students have made in reading and math. And lastly, we look forward to our second grade holiday musical performance entitled Jingle Bell Jukebox, and this is slated for next Tuesday. And unfortunately, our star student was unable to make it this evening, but I would like to recognize her. Her name is Nashley Pendleton, and Nashley is a student from Mrs. Spire's second grade classroom, and she has been with our school family since pre-K. Nashley has been working so hard to show star behavior every day. She is a leader within our school. And this is what her teacher, Mrs. Spires, would like to share with you all. She said that Nashley has been focused on maintaining self-control, participating in group discussions, and show engagement in all activities throughout the day. Along with her social and emotional gains, Nashley has also shown tremendous academic growth in the short amount of time that she has been in second grade. I know she is going to continue to shine brightly and exceed my expectations throughout the rest of the year. Way to go, Nashley. Please help me celebrate Nashley's stay.
Thank you, Ms. Favors. At this time, Dr. Hargrove.
Good evening. It's a busy time of the year, but it's a fun time of the year for us at the elementary school. Like Ms. Faber said, we are doing the MAP testing currently, and I took a sneak peek at the data today, and it is looking phenomenal. The teachers are truly doing a good job, and the students are coming every day, giving it their 100% effort. We have the Holiday House open for students to come and shop for their families right now. And next week, we're looking forward to our Holiday Spirit Week. And the students are also creating ornaments for our tree in the media center to represent book characters. So just a lot of fun things going on at the elementary school. But what I would like to do right now is take an opportunity to recognize a 5th grade student, and her name is Raina Bell. And Raina has also been with us since 3rd grade. And so I'm just going to read a few comments, and then I'm going to end with some characteristics that just really do a good job describing Raina using the letters of her name. So Miss Wimpy, her 4th grade teacher, says, Raina is an extremely hard worker. She is so kind and an all-around delightful student. Miss Wimpy. And then the Spanish teacher, Miss Landis, says, Raina always greets everyone with her kind and cheerful smile. She is happy to learn new things, works hard, and takes pride in her learning. I am proud of you, Raina. Bravo! And then Miss Rhodes, our STEM teacher. Raina is a great example of a champ. She is always on task, gives everything she has with completing her work. She takes ownership of her learning by asking questions and always wants to respond to the questions that are asked. She's eager to learn. She shows kindness and compassion to other students. I always see a smile on her face and a little bounce in her step. And I wish everybody could be present when you get to call the students in your office, and it's not bad news, it's good news, and letting them know that they've been chosen as a student to be recognized out of all 380 students is truly an honor. And the smile and the radiant light that just lit up around her was just breathtaking. So I can't wait to introduce you to her, but I'm going to end with these words given by her 5th grade teachers. Raina is R for resilient, A for attentive, Y for youthful, N for noticeable, and A for ambitious. She has a bright future. Please, let's take this moment to give Raina a round of applause. Come forward, Raina.
Y'all see the beautiful smile?
At this time, we'll ask Ms. Azamani to come forward.
Well, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It is really a pleasure and an honor this evening to recognize Mr. Kyler Robinson as being one of our most exceptional students at the middle school. He has demonstrated excellence in all areas, and we have been impressed with him all semester. Kyler is a student who is very concerned about doing his best and puts forth effort to ensure he submits nothing less than his best. He is an independent worker and is intrinsically motivated to do well. He is also very clever and funny. He is always a bright spot in our day. Kyler is truly a hidden gem who comes in each day ready to learn. He asks questions and is not afraid to struggle productively. One admirable trait that Kyler possesses is his influence on diverse groups in his school community. Kyler engages with all students and seeks healthy relationships with his peers. He is well respected and a role model to all. Kyler's flexibility and ability to shift gears produces strong adaptability traits needed in our ever-changing world. There's no doubt that Kyler will grow to be an excellent leader in any area he chooses. We are so proud of Kyler and his performance in all of his classes this year, and we are honored to recognize, acknowledge, and celebrate him as our star student. Everyone, please help me congratulate Mr. Kyler Robbins.
Flowers for the high school.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Miriam Woodford-Lyle, and I'm an assistant principal at Social Circle High School. This evening, we are recognizing Laurel Hubbard as our star student. Laurel is a junior at SCHS. She's adored and loved by those who know her. Her teachers characterize Laurel as so hardworking that they have to be mindful about when they post assignments in Google Classroom. Laurel is so conscientious that she will go ahead and get started on assignments that haven't even been assigned yet. She constantly thinks of the needs of others. She is wise beyond her years and brings a smile to everyone's face. In addition to her work with Robbie's Hope, she is also an active member of the Future Georgia Educators and helps with Santa's Workshop. Through Santa's Workshop, SCHS students provide engaging holiday activities for children in our community while they wait to tell Santa what they want for Christmas. She has a fantastic sense of humor. She's punctual, loyal, dedicated, and kind to others. She's a pure ray of sunshine. She is up for anything that gets thrown her way. She shows courage, respect, and leadership in everything she does. She is always all in for our circle. Please help me recognize Miss Laurel Hubbard.
That concludes our section for the student recognition. I'll turn it back over to our chairman.
Great job, students, and thank you, Dr. Hooker. And as promised, we have a 3-minute break now on our agenda.
All right, good evening. Tonight presented is the October 2021 financial report, beginning with the general fund. With just 33% of the fiscal year complete, we have received 23% of the general fund budgeted revenues, and we have spent 36% of the general fund budgeted expenditures. A review of revenue shows our local tax revenue will begin to be received in November, with the bulk coming in December and January. Our other local revenue is primarily revenue received from Newton and Walton County related to our intergovernmental agreements. In expenditures, we are at 55% in other support services due to payments made for annual subscriptions that were paid in full already. Currently, expenditures exceed revenue by a little over $2.4 million. This is expected and will continue until the tax revenue is collected. Encumbrances for the general fund are $185,000. Next are our special revenue funds. Total awards for 2022 total $3.8 million. All drawdowns for October have been made and all funds have been received. Encumbrances for the special revenue total $116,000. Next, we have our school food service fund. We are at 42%, 47% of our budgeted revenues and 41% of budgeted expenditures. In October, we served 31,559 meals. One of our action plan initiatives within the strategic plan under systems and operational effectiveness is to increase the participation rate in our school nutrition program. So I just wanted to highlight a few items regarding this program. I have a couple graphs for you included here to refer to while we discuss meal costs. From fiscal year 2020 to fiscal year 2021, our total meals served has increased over 11%. In the first 3 months of fiscal year 22, our daily meals served averages a 71% increase over the prior year, which equates to about 775 additional meals per day.
Now, this includes both breakfast and lunch at all of our schools. Our primary and elementary school have seen an almost 50% increase in lunches served, and the elementary school has about the same increase for breakfast. Our middle high school has seen the most significant increase, almost doubling the number of lunches served. In October of 2020, we served 6,545 lunches. And in October of this most current year, we served 12,841. Breakfast has also increased at our middle high school by over 75%. There are a few factors that we believe account for the increases in participation. The first being that meals provided are free for students this year. We certainly feel this has been an incentive for students to eat both breakfast and lunch if they haven't before. Next, we have an increase in enrollment, so generally this will have an increase compared to the prior year. Lastly, and most importantly, however, we've made changes in the operations of our cafeteria. Our staff has worked on refreshing the menu, providing popular meals more often, and providing meals that are better quality and simply taste better. One of the newest items we've added to the menu at the middle high school campus is Smart Mouth Pizza. These are personal-sized pizzas made with fresh ingredients, and these have been a very popular addition. Having said all of this, I do want to thank all of our school food service staff for the exceptional customer service and hard work they've put in during these challenging times. Our school food nutrition director, Melinda Marshall, is here. I would like to especially thank her for her hard work, guidance, and leadership. She is thinking outside the box and has a clear vision of the cafeteria experience she wants to provide for our students. We're thankful for the many changes and updates she has already made and look forward to seeing more of her innovative ideas in the future. And she is available if you have any questions. Do you have any right now? Encumbrances for the school food service fund total of $2,000. Lastly, we have our SPLOS fund. SPLOS collections in October totaled $169,000 from Walton County and $2,339 from Newton County. This equates to an increase of 22% from the prior year for Walton and 16% for Newton. A review of expenditures shows we're at 55% for instructional. This accounts for textbooks and digital learning items that were purchased at the beginning of the school year. School administration is at 100%. Only a small amount of furniture and equipment were budgeted, and we needed that for the beginning of the year. And maintenance and operations is at 48% due to painting of the middle high school over this summer. Encumbrances for the SPLOS fund totaled $93,000. Are there any questions?
Hearing none, do I have a motion to accept the financial report as presented by Ms. Cross? Have a second.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously.
Next, we have our Fresh Way collections. October collections totaled $2,275.51. This was allocated to each school for social studies and literacy. This brings the change for schools total to over $108,000.
Thank you, Mrs. Cross. Next on our agenda, we have superintendent report, and I'll turn that over to Dr. Hooker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As we look at our count, student count for this period, this month, we see that we're at a total of 1958, staying steady with our enrollment, and we're very appreciative of our administrators and our workers ensuring that our students are receiving a quality education. So thank you for that. If we can move to our next item on the agenda, that would be Ms. Debbie Didier, who will come and give a presentation for our human resources.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, board members, Dr. Hooker. Thank you for the opportunity to be here so I can tell you about some of the exciting things that we have going on in our HR department. As you know, we've been using Frontline recruiting and hiring for our online applications for several years. Frontline has another module called Absence Management, formerly known as ASOP. We still refer to it as ASOP, and we use ASOP to manage employee absences and leave. Working with Ms. Cross, we have been able to successfully implement a paperless leave system. The employees no longer need to complete a paper form, which has been very cumbersome in the past. They simply log into their ASOP account, they enter their leave request, and the leave information is updated, then uploaded to our payroll system at the end of each month. We also have live scan fingerprinting. We are able to obtain criminal history background checks at the central office through our live scan scanner and software. These records are stored digitally and safe and secure. We do not keep any paper copies in our office at all. Mrs. Willis has taken the GBI security training and is now fingerprinting all new hires, substitute teachers, chaperones, and overnight volunteers. Last year, we partnered with Yellow Folder for an electronic filing system. In August 2020, we began scanning employee files and documents. And with the help of Ms. Willis, we have scanned over 300 employee files and approximately 1,400 additional documents to those files. In May of this year, we partnered with Cure Concepts and developed our own electronic onboarding system. The onboarding process is now totally paperless. Each new hire can complete their onboarding process from their phone, their tablet, laptop, or computer. And once they have completed the onboarding process, the employee file is uploaded directly into our payroll system. Jamie Sutton joined our staff in September as a payroll and benefits coordinator. Jamie will work with Ms. Cross in finance and process the monthly payroll and complete other payroll functions. Ms. Sutton will coordinate employee benefits from the HR department. Payroll and benefits go hand in hand, and Jamie is already doing a fantastic job for us in this position. In October, we discovered Verifant, an electronic and secure verification of employment and income verification system. Employees and employers who use the system to have prior and current work experience verified for correct placement on salary schedule, income verifications for mortgage and loans. The information is transmitted and stored securely, but best off, there is no charge to the employee or to the school system to use the Verifant system. We will use Clear Concepts again in 2022 to issue contracts electronically to our certified staff. Ms. Sutton, Ms. Cross, and I will begin training with Clear Concepts soon to be prepared for contract season, which will be in February. And we estimate there'll be about 150 contracts issued electronically. Our new employment assistance program is called KeyPro. KeyPro offers counseling sessions and many other useful services for our staff. The program is completely free to our employees. It's available 24/7, and it's completely confidential. The service is available by placing a phone call to KeyPro directly or visiting their website. In conclusion, I would like to say it has taken several years to move to an electronic personnel and payroll system. By implementing these programs, I believe we are in alignment with two areas of our strategic plan, one being quality staff and professional growth, and the other area improving systems and operational effectiveness. We will continue to monitor these programs and processes for continuous improvement. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Dickey. Next, we have superintendent comments. Dr. Hooker.
No comments at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Moving right along, we'll go to new business and action items. And the first one you'll see under A here is a wrestling tournament in Jefferson, and there's a request for an overnight field trip, December 17th through 18th. Do I have a motion to accept this recommendation for this field trip? Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next, we have a SPLOST resolution. And as from our last election, SPLOST was passed again. And this is the formality, I believe, whereby both school systems involved in it have to sign, which will be Walton County School System and Social Circle City Schools. And so I believe the action item might be for the board to allow Dr. Hooker and I to sign off on the SPLOST resolution. Is that correct, Dr. Hooker?
That's correct.
I have a motion to allow Dr. Hooker and I to sign off on the SPLOST resolution on behalf of Social Circle City Schools. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. You want to sign that now or after the meeting? sir. Okay, next we have an action item for approval of our 2022 board meeting dates. As I mentioned earlier tonight, almost all of our board meetings are on the second Thursday of every month at 6:30. However, I believe there are 3 months where there's an exception for whether it be a holiday or a conference that's happening at the same time, whatever. But there are 3 exceptions, and those are highlighted up there for you, the master. And so I asked the board to look these over and have a motion to approve the meeting dates as presented for next year. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Board dates are accepted. Next, we have an action item for redistricting for Social Circle. And for the last several years, the lines have been different for people running for a certain district in city council and people running for the same number district for school board. The lines are crossed a little bit. The new redistricting, the highlight to me is that those get realigned like they once were about 10 or 12 years ago. So should this be approved, both District 3 is the same, or District 1 or District 2 or whatever is the same for city council as it is for school board. And the benefit of that to me is that citizens aren't confused as to who represents me. I'm in this district for both. It's easy to figure that out. So is there anything else you would like to add, Dr. Hunter?
No, sir, I think you did a great job of explaining that.
Do we need to take a motion to approve this plan?
Yes, we need to take action on it tonight.
Do I have a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation that we approve the redistricting plan in front of you?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. All right. Next, do I have a motion to exit regular session and enter executive session to discuss personnel and real estate? Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Do I have a motion to exit executive session and enter regular session?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. We have 2 recommendations on personnel from our superintendent tonight, both classified. We'll take them both on the same slate. There's a recommendation for Victoria Eccles as paraprofessional for elementary school, and there's a resignation from Quista Carr, paraprofessional from our elementary school. Do I have a motion to accept both of these recommendations from our superintendent?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you all.